Hi everybody, so today I'm going to do another Bible review. But before we get started, I would like to ask you to make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure that you hit that little bell so that you'll be notified when I upload a new video. That really does help the channel to grow, and it keeps YouTube recommending my videos, hopefully to new people who might not be interested in the Bible yet. And hopefully they'll see one of these videos and maybe they'll want to read the Bible. So that would be my hope. Alright, so today we're going to be looking at a brand new Bible that is going to be released on February 23rd of 2021. And this one is going to be the Artisan Collection by Zondervan. And this is going to be the NASB, so 1995 edition of the text. But you can see from the picture on the box there how pretty that is. This one is going to be the Sage Floral Leathersoft. It is also going to be available in a cream. So what I'll do is I'll put an image of that up on the screen, so that you can see that the florals on there are both different, so it's not just a color on the background. So completely different looking. That way you can see if one of them is more appealing to you than the other. So it comes in a very nice two-piece box. One thing we see here, it is the 95 edition of the text. And anytime you see this little lay flat symbol, that means that's going to have a sewn binding. And so that's going to be the best binding that you can get on a Bible. Alright, so we're going to hold this right there so you can pause and read this top section if you would like. But we can see right up top here, a NASB Journal Edition Bible that captures the elegance of nature. So I do really like that. So here are the features. So we'll have the NASB 95 edition, a floral cover design, lined wide margins. It's going to have a reflective insert page to invite you to pause before engaging God's Word. Double column format, thick cream paper, Words of Christ in red, 2 satin ribbons, line matched text, so that's really going to minimize the ghosting. The Leathersoft cover lays flat when open. This one will also have the NASB Comfort Print typeface. It also has an 8-point font. It does tell us that it is the Sage Floral Leathersoft. So again, you can also get it in a cream colored. It does give us an example of the font. And then here is our ISBN number. Retail is $49.99. Right now, you can pre-order this Bible for $31.99. Now, as always, I will have some links in the description box. Alright, so this Bible here measures out at 8 3/8 inches tall by 6 7/8 inches wide, and it is 1 1/8 inches thick. So we've got kind of a green colored, almost like a moss green or a sage type green, colored head and tail bands. We've got our 2 ribbons and really nicely done gold gilding, especially for a Bible in this price range, to have line matched text, gilding that looks that nice, and a cover that is that gorgeous. That is a really good price. So one thing you can see on this cover here is that grain pattern that is stamped into that. I think that looks really nice. But the florals on the artwork on this is gorgeous. I love the font that they chose for that. But really, really pretty. It is also perimeter stitched all the way around the perimeter, so that looks really nice. On the spine, we've got Holy Bible and some more florals. Looks really pretty. NASB and Zondervan. On the back, it'll say Leathersoft with the ISBN number. And then one thing that I really like is I like how they added that to the back of it as well. So I'll get you a close-up of that, because to me that just looks so pretty. On the inside, we're going to have a paper paste down liner. We do have a This Bible Belongs To section, so if you're going to gift it to somebody. And then this is the page that they talked about, the reflection page. So it says, this page invites you to pause, breathe, and reflect. It does have a scripture on the bottom. And then this back page on there gives you a record of God's faithfulness in your life, so you do have space to fill out some of that information. So I think that's pretty neat. Then we get into our title pages. Again, I really like the font that they chose for this. Again, we've got some florals here. So if you like to do some art journaling or even just color this in with some color pencils, that would be really nice. This one was printed in China. It was done in 2021. Again, it is the 95 edition of the text. We will get into our contents here. So all the books of the Old Testament as well as the New. We'll also have the foreword, which is going to have the scriptural promise as well as the fourfold aim of the Lockman Foundation. We'll have a preface to the NASB, the principles of the translation, and all of these also have some wider margins, so if you wanted to take any notes on this, you could. We'll have an explanation of the general format and all of the abbreviations and special markings. Then we'll get right into the Old Testament. One thing you can see is that artwork there, so that is really pretty. Just a beautiful Bible. I really like the looks of this one. So we'll get right into Genesis, and on these pages here, whenever there's a new book of the Bible, and then also on sections down here as well, we're going to have some of those florals. So I think that looks really nice. We've got a double column layout with our wide margins. One thing that you'll be able to see is that this is a verse by verse layout. So I know a lot of people love verse by verse. So again, this is an 8-point font, and it is line matched. Any of the translation type notes will be along the bottom. Now there won't be any cross references or anything on this one, but the nice thing with verse by verse is after the verses you've got plenty of space to be able to jot down cross references. Then we do have our wide margins. They are lined with the little dotted lines, as you can see there. So if we measured just the dotted line section, that's going to be 1.5 inches. If we measure right from the edge of the text to the edge of the page, then that's going to be 2 inches. You'll have about 3/8 of an inch on the inside margin, so you'd have to write fairly small. But then on the pages where a book doesn't start, up at the tops of the pages, you've got 5/8 of an inch. So realistically, about 1/2 inch of usable space. So again, I really like the way that they do that on there. And you can see that it's laying open for us, so that I appreciate. And this one has not been broken in yet either. But really clear on the text, and even though it's an 8-point font, which for my eyes is typically small because it's line matched and also because the text is a little bit more bold, it does make it a lot easier to see. So we do have our 2 ribbons, so we'll take a peek at those. So this one is a really pretty shade of green. So it is just a single-sided satin, but again, a Bible that retails for $50 that is this pretty with line match text and 2 ribbons. I mean, I don't think you can go wrong for that. Give you a close-up of how the Psalms will look. So if you love the NASB and you're a note taker, or you like to do any art journaling, or you can take prayers in it, whatever you want, you have a lot of margin space to do so in this one. We'll get back here and look at our second ribbon. So this one is a pretty shade of gold. So again, single-sided satin, but just nice that we do have 2 of them. And then I'll show you those colors up against the cover there. So I think that looks really, really pretty. Just a really nice color combination. And again, the gilding on this, the gilding is fantastic on this Bible. Zondervan is just doing an awesome job on all of their new editions. So we're going to get back to the New Testament. We can see that we do have the red letter. So those of you who are red letter fans, get you a close-up of that. You can see that the verses are in black, and so it does help them to stand out. But really just a nice copy of the Bible. I love that it's the double column with the wide margins, verse by verse, line matched. So a lot of nice features in this one. Then once we get back, so again, each one of these books is going to start on its own page, and then so the following book you're going to have some space afterwards, so you've got even more note-taking space. So not only do we have the little floral accents on the pages randomly throughout there, that's also going to be at the beginning of each of the books. So as we can see here, and we can see that that starts on a new page. So they're not necessarily on one side of the Bible, but they all do start on a new page. So I do like that. Gives you a lot more space. Just such a pretty Bible. I think they really did an awesome job on this one. I think those little floral accents just look really nice. And we do have a few pages for notes, and that is also got the same little dotted lines. Now, if you're wondering on the lines here and the ruling on those, if we measure between those lines right there, it's right between 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch worth of space. So more of like a college rule. So I do like that, because if I'm writing in a Bible, I'm going to pretty much use Pigma microns and write small. So we've got a few pages for notes in the back. And then we will have a note regarding the type. So again, this one is going to be done by 2K Denmark. And then we just get right back to the back of the Bible. But I absolutely love the way that they did the cover on this one with those florals. I think the color is really pretty. Again, you can also get the cream colored one as well. So just a gorgeous, gorgeous Bible. So again, this one is going to be the Artisan Collection. This one is done by Zondervan. There again is the ISBN number, and I will put some links in the description box, but just a stunning Bible. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.